There, everyone, and thank you so much for tuning in to another general reading. If you would like to book a personal reading, please follow the description box below. There you will see my email, and we will go from there, and we will get you appointed ASAP. Thanks so much, everyone, for reaching out, for sharing your concerns. I do take the time to read all emails, whether you're booking right away or not, and I love that I have that connection with you guys. So thank you so much to the Morph team members and the supporters. Thank you for commenting below. I love all of the I wanted to say fury, the feist, I love that everyone can comment. Let's try to leave room for those who may be a little more timid and shy and are new to the journey, okay? To let them be able to comment. And sometimes that means holding back your negative comments about what's been going on with you, regardless of the light that you're in. Other people are in a brighter, aspect, or, in a neutral aspect, and they're looking for ways to go, and they're looking up to you, those women and men in the comments, okay? They're looking up to you, those women in the comments, okay, to be able to follow their way, to be able to, believe, okay? You go into Christianity or wherever, the church, and it gets a bad rep because they see people smoking outside and, cussing, or lesbians and all that stuff. It's not to follow man, it's to follow the example of the Most High. So just try to, though, at the end of the day, it is encouraging to see love, to know love, to feel love. It is encouraging to see it. So please try to keep your comments as positive as you can. I know you want to share with what you feel as you're watching the video. But I do recommend that you get a notepad when you're watching videos. Write your questions down so that you're not writing in haste, and then once the movie, the production is over, then go ahead and ask your questions and state how you feel. But overall, we're trying to get a large group of people in to feel comfortable in sharing their emotions and showing their vulnerability, and then to reaching out to find some sort of success and get you into success, as I specialize in union, and we want that, okay? We want that for everyone. And so yeah, just try to be a good example for those who are also on the same boat as you, okay? So, but again, thank you for the likes, comments, and subscribes. Okay, we are going to get right into it. A general reading for the Divine Feminine. Okay, we're going to see what's going on with the Divine Feminine, what may have been revealed. I feel like there have been secrets that have been revealed on the Divine Feminine's behalf. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get into those and how it may affect this journey, or your connection personally, individually, okay? Again, it's a general reading, so let's go ahead and get right into it for the Divine Feminines. This will help you better understand if you are a Divine Feminine as well. Ready? Divine Feminine, the Judgment card. So definitely secrets, definitely something that has been shed light upon, okay? So anything that you've been, and it's funny, we were talking about Christianity and such, and this is repentance. This is, your deepest, darkest secrets, or the things that you didn't know about yourself, being revealed. Light is shed upon it, the good and the bad, and then moving forward with the Judgment Major Arcana card, the number 20. If that means anything to anyone, 2002, the number 2. Okay, card number 20, the Judgment, is about judging. Sometimes it can mean that we're not afraid of what people think about us. We don't care about our social status. Okay, we have more things to worry about than what other people think. Okay, that could also mean that, or if not, secrets being revealed. But I was getting a sense for that, the Divine Feminines, finally understanding something. We'll get to it, okay? Then we have the 8 of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, silence, okay? Feeling a victim and trapped. Again, Divine Feminines, we're still feeling this victim. We're silent and we're trapped in one way or another. Okay, we have more Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. So a lot of us are feeling a victim of words from from others. We're feeling a victim of things that are being said, of a fate that we feel and we believe is to be ours and for our doom. It seems that, though, there's something here that's hiding beneath this. There's some of us who are scared that the place or the people who once saw us, probably around the time we met our divine masculine, still judge us today, or for those things that we're embarrassed about. I get a sense of some of us feel embarrassed of ourselves, okay, where we're shameful of the things and the people that we were, or the things that we do, specifically highlighting when we first met our divine masculine, okay? And I'm feeling like a lot of us feel a victim, as like, because we were that way, or because we did that, because we didn't care about, really our social status, and we were once praised for that. It seems now we're getting frowned upon, okay? Just trying to live up to someone's standard. And that's where you're going to see also that judgment comes up, is that you're not trying to live, up against someone's standard. You're trying to live up against your own. You're trying to become the best you that you can be. And I feel like some of us here feel like we've failed ourselves, and that we've also failed our divine masculine. Put that in the order that you may. And I feel like a lot of us believe that because of the things we're insecure about now, maybe that some of us were once proud of, okay? We feel a victim of that, and we feel because of those things we're left alone. So now we're kind of feeling resentment towards ourselves, like we're stuck with ourselves, and we're trying to find many different ways to cope. If that means dressing up different, changing our legal name, getting married, starting to date more, starting to go out less or more, eating differently, eating worse. I mean, changing our appearances, etc. We also have the Two of Swords. So this talks about, this is more air energy, okay? So this talks about also how maybe some of us are, we could be living double lives, okay, because of the personality disorder, or the maybe, being ashamed of who we are, what we've done, who we are now, not understanding who we are because we once were so proud of the things that we possessed, and now we're shameful because we're blaming ourselves for the fact that we don't have what we want or who we want. And we're going back to those days. We're going back in time when we meditate, is to remember. So we're meditating, and then that moment where we drift off, there's a time where we're time traveling. And I think that moment, regardless if we're around people or not, we're trying to go back to those days and what we were doing and what could have went wrong. Okay, let's keep going. Then we also have suspension. Okay, so that's card number 12, if that means anything to anyone. And now we feel like, regardless if we're waiting on our divine masculines, I feel like this card is so beautiful. And there's a guy over there in the window with an umbrella there, kind of hanging out in his car, kind of spying on the divine feminine. I do believe there's quite a few divine masculines who are spying on the divine feminines, and the ones who would never, ever expect it. The ones who have been to your home or found out where you live, but most probably it's because they've been there. Nothing creepy, beyond what it is. I think that's kind of criminal act, no? But, I think a lot of us are trying to find a sense of peace within ourselves because we resent ourselves. We don't understand how we lost that game. We don't understand how we lost something so close to us. And, we just don't understand, and we're blaming ourselves for who we are, how we think, what we see. We're starting to go back to the beginning, to traditional views, to the way we were brought up, to trying to remember trauma is why a lot of us are meditating today, so that we can try to remember, and stay focused about who we are and what were the things that we created to be today. I hope that makes sense. Some of us are trying to remember the first time we said no, the first time we said yes, and so on and so forth. And I think in the middle of that, trying to find ourselves again, which is part of the journey. It's going to unfold regardless of who you're supposed to be, and then why you were supposed to be that person, regardless if some of us feel like we're trying to be someone for someone else. There's still a void there. And if that person isn't there to fill it, well, you're going to have to go and try other ways to try and to fill that void. And so, you're on your divine journey regardless of the way. And I love how as you're doing this, in whichever way you may be trying to get to that same meal ticket, your divine masculine is still there and still very much thinking about you. It's not that some of them who are not spying on you, who they don't know where you live, or you live overseas and across country. This is a simile, okay? Also about how he's doing the same thing and thinking about you. I love how she's in a hammock inside. He's with an umbrella with his shirt off, sitting on like some sort of go-kart. It's the elements of which they divide. She has elements that should be sitting outside. He has elements that should be inside, the way he's dressed, etc. Hope that makes sense. And so it's just a whole metaphor. It's a whole thing here of which you both are thinking of each other. And yes, it's a twin flame journey. You both are kind of like in this limbo of trying to figure out where you went wrong, or why certain things about someone are triggering ghost of your past, are triggering, emotions that have to be dealt with. Okay, so let's go ahead and clarify this Judgment card. There is a knowing here that divine feminines, because you feel a victim, because you're alone, you're going to end up taking that silence and understanding what it's about. Whether you watch movies, documentaries, you go out, you volunteer, whatever you have to do in this moment, when you snap out of it and say, you know what, everything in my life, say, every moment of my day is very valuable. I'm going to make the best of it. It starts from there. Okay, let's clarify this Judgment card for the divine feminines. Okay, what do we have? So the Three of Wands, we have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. That's fire energy for this Judgment card. So it looks like we are setting out on this journey to figure things out, to repent, to clear the hatchet, clear the mental fog. We're on a mission to be like, you know what, there is more to life, there is more that I need to do. And these are for the people who've decided to keep going with their journey. Okay, if you didn't, you should click off, but I'm sure it's interesting to listen to. Don't get frustrated. But and it's about being eager. Let's use this example. It's about being eager to seek change. It's about being eager to seek that change and to seek whatever's hidden so that we can move forward. It's about being passionate as well. That passion for a lot of us is clearly there, is one of the things that we had to find again and give meaning to, since we've met our partner. What else do we have at the top of the deck? The temptation. Okay, so there's going to be a lot of temptation on this road, on this journey. Of course there is. If you like to call it the path to redemption, where we were using that example as Christianity, of course there's going to be temptation here with the card number 15. And it's just the building blocks. Temptation is anything. It's anything. It's even being obligated to go here, to go there, to stop, to do. I mean, you take this temptation as how you want it to be. Okay, at the top of the deck we have the Tower card, number 16. So right after, and I think that's also part of a warning that some things are supposed to happen, some things aren't. But regardless, this temptation is always a negative aspect, and it will end up in a tower. The positive about that and about the Tower and both of these is the fact that after you fall, after you're tempted, you see something, you realize something, and it's all a part of your journey. It's all a part of where you're going for you specifically. Okay, for you specifically. Okay, but don't get sidetracked just because of that. You have to always remember what you are setting out to do and why. All right, so I love how this Four of Wands is here, the Wheel of Fortune, the Two of Cups. I don't believe a lot of us are going to get sidetracked, okay? Let me give a moment to think here before we close it out. For those of us in this situation where it's hard, I do believe it's a karmic situation. I do believe, regardless of the sex, okay, this male here is of a karmic situation that you're probably with someone for money. It could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I'm getting the King of Pentacles again. That was the card that I saw first. And then, so this could be a karmic situation, regardless if you're in a relationship or not. This could also mean that it's, that you may take your... Just make sure that you're always paying attention, okay? You have to make sure you're paying attention. I do understand that we're covered here to protect ourselves from any lies and any deceit and any getting off course, okay? Here's lies and deceit here, okay? With the Three of Swords. So there's a very prominent energy of air energy, and it's because right now our minds are being put to the test. Divine Feminines, our minds are being very much put to the test, and we're going to see where we go with that. Okay, we got to see what comes about that there. Okay, thanks so much for watching. Bye.